April is the month of the military child. Hi, my name is Carrie and my dad is a colonel in the Army. Having a parent in the military is pretty special in my opinion. I get to go to pretty cool military kids camps sometimes, and I also once had a private tour of the Pentagon. Being in a military family definitely has its benefits. I get to meet so many new people and make amazing friends. And I also get to experience many different places with the different weather and terrain. It's really cool to see the difference between Florida and how it's all flat and really hot and rainy versus here where it snows and you actually have different seasons. But there definitely are its disadvantages. We've moved quite a bit. I was born in Germany. We moved to Florida, then Tennessee, North Carolina, back to Florida, and now here. But many times in between that, my dad's been deployed, and it is definitely a big change, especially for my mom, because she has to take care of 4 kids on her own, and I don't know how she does it, but she still manages to do it. The expectations are definitely higher for us, my siblings and I, with my dad being gone. As I get older, moving into new schools, for me, it's getting more and more intimidating and kind of scary and pressuring in a way, because everyone has already found their niche and they all have their group of friends and everything. And I have to come in and try and see if I can make friends. And it's really hard having to leave all of my old friends behind. But I always know that I have been able to make amazing friends and have experiences just as amazing wherever I live. My siblings and I, we all do different activities, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, drama, wrestling, all of these different activities, and it is really hard not having my dad be there, but he can't. We know that he's doing the right thing, protecting our country, but still we kind of want to be selfish and want him to be there for us and for our birthdays or any other holidays that he ever misses. We want him to be there like any other parent that doesn't have to go away. When I go to school, I don't always like my friends and all the teachers to know what's going on, and I don't always like them to know that my dad is gone, because I feel like they'll feel bad for me and I don't want them to give me any pity or anything because of that. I would just like them to be aware that he is gone and that it's harder for us, but at the same time I don't want them feeling bad for me and, I don't know, just giving me different standards or anything. I want to be treated the same way as everyone else. When he comes home, it's definitely an adjustment because we're so used to him being gone, and it's kind of weird because he's all of a sudden home and it's so exciting and emotional and we all want to have his attention and be with him. But when he comes home for mid-tour, for the 2 weeks in between in the year, it's a really big tease because we get to have him home, but then he has to leave really soon. So it tricks you because your brain is like, oh, he's home for good, finally. But then as soon as you're getting used to him being home again, he has to go away. We are very fortunate and we get to FaceTime him about once a week. We also write him letters, which is really fun because you don't really do that nowadays. And it's cool because you can keep those forever, and unlike the texts or FaceTimes or anything. So we can keep the letters, and I still have the letters from him when I was only 4 and he was deployed to Iraq. And in one of the letters he says, this is another way that we stay connected, he said to go outside and find the brightest star in the sky and that he would do the same and that it would be our special star. And even though we are so far apart, we still are connected and together in a way. I don't want to label myself as different than my peers just because I'm in a military family and I have to move around a lot. I do feel like having to experience all of that, I feel like I can handle a bit more. I feel like it has changed me a bit and shaped me to who I am today. I definitely would not be the same if I hadn't moved all of these years and my dad wasn't in the military. but I don't think that I am that different than anyone else who doesn't have a family member in the military. I want other people to know that I just want them to be aware of the sacrifice that we all have to make, the families and the parents and siblings that actually do have to go away. I want them to be aware of the sacrifice we have to make and how hard it is for all of us. And I just also want them to know how proud I am of my dad and that I couldn't possibly wish for any other dad than him. And if he ever does watch this, I want him to know that I love him so much, and he's amazing. I love him, and I'll always be his first princess. I'm military and I'm FCPS.